Please join me in the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening. Welcome to the June 18th, 2018 Bryan City Council meeting on this lovely hot day. First, we will have approval of the minutes for the June 4th meeting. Council, you should have those in front of you.
Move to approve.
I'll second.
John?
Yes.
Lynn?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes. Second, we'll be hearing of public concerns. Next is the clerk treasurer's report. Lori?
Council's been presented with the clerk treasurer's report for the month ending May 31st, 2018.
I move that we accept.
I'll second.
Rick?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
Lynn?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes. Next, we have Mr. Dominic.
In front of you, you should have hopefully the final list of seasonal part-time pool employees. I think a couple of them, or maybe all of them, have already been hired on a 30-day hire by the mayor. This is just getting the final approval through you guys to finish out the summer beyond their 30-day. We did the 30-day hire so they could go ahead and get started.
There was a certification they needed to do last Thursday, or they weren't going to be able to lifeguard.
I move to approve.
Second.
John?
Yes.
Lynn?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have a resolution. Lori, would you please number and read?
Resolution number 15, 2018. A resolution accepting the amounts and rates as determined by the Budget Commission and authorizing the necessary tax levies and certifying them to the county auditor. This is an annual inside millage rate that we receive from the Budget Commission, which consists of the auditor, the treasurer, and county prosecutor, telling us what our inside millage is for the city of Bryan, and it's at 2.8. It's up $18,004 from last year, but if we were going to go ahead and calculate that per mill, it's $143,637 per mill. So this will be what will show up as far as property tax for the year.
Council, any questions?
I'll move to accept.
I'll second.
Rick?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
Lynn?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes. Next on the agenda is,
We need to. Yeah.
pardon me?
Yeah, pass it.
There was a suspension first.
Okay, we need a motion now.
Yeah.
That was for suspension.
I'll motion.
Second.
Mary?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Lynn?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes. Now we will have
Yeah.
Chief Willis.
Council, you should have a letter in front of you from Anthony Corcus. Anthony was a patrol officer on the department. He has resigned effective June 15, 2018. He accepted a position with another law enforcement department up in the suburbs of Detroit. It's closer to his family. So at this time, I'd like to ask you to accept his resignation.
I move to accept with regret.
I'll accept, or excuse me, I'll second.
Lynn?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes. And next?
And then council, with that resignation, I'd like to ask permission to hire a patrol officer to fill that vacancy. We are currently doing backgrounds on our the last civil service test that we gave in May. So as soon as we are completed with the backgrounds, we would be able to hire somebody to fill that position.
How many candidates do you have?
There's 4.
4?
Yeah.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Rick?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Lynn?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is an ordinance. Lori, would you please number and read?
Ordinance number 22, 2018, an ordinance authorizing an annexation agreement with Denny A. Wilson for territory which is not currently contiguous with the city of Bryan, but which requires future annexation should the property become contiguous, and to provide municipal electric for the same pursuant to the Bryan Municipal Code 13902.
In 2004, the City Council passed Municipal Code 13902. Prior to that, we were finding that individuals who were along the fringes of our jurisdictional limits were requesting services, be it water or electric, and yet were never annexing into the city when it would become available to them. So in 2004, this ordinance was passed requiring them to sign an annexation agreement wherein if they would become contiguous with the city and able to annex, they could be provided with city services, but would have to annex at some future date when they are able to do so legally. And so we had a current request from this Mr. Wilson to have services extended to his property, and we have entered into that annexation agreement with him and ask for your approval tonight.
This is just a residence?
No, I'm sorry, this is going to be a new business.
New business?
Location, yes.
Okay.
And this is already, I believe, isn't this the same one? It's already gone through BMU too, as well?
It has been passed through BMU as well, yes.
I'd move to suspend.
I'd second.
John?
Yes.
Lynn?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
Move to approve.
I'll second.
Lynn?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes. Okay. Chief?
Council, again, you should have a letter in front of you from Tracy Harding. He has resigned from the Police Department Reserve Unit effective June 15, 2018. He was just not able to meet the requirements of the Reserve Unit due to his full-time job. I'd just like to ask you to accept his resignation.
So move.
Second.
John?
Yes.
Lynn?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Chief.
Okay, Mr. Dominic, do you have anything else? Chief Willis, anything else? BMU? Mr. Wheeler?
Nothing.
Mr. Betts?
Yeah, I have more of a question that I'd like to be brought up to snuff in the next, maybe the next meeting or the next couple of meetings. But something has caught my attention actually today from another news organization, and I had heard prior to that some other information, but now it's been put out there that there's an entity, business in Pioneer, that is looking to partner with Sylvania and Maumee and do something that affects our aquifer. And so I would like to know a little bit more about, what are the legal rights of that? I mean, is there like a co-op? Because I don't know anything. Is there like a co-op of people for this, for our aquifer? Was it Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, Michando?
Yeah.
Is there some agreement that we have? That would be first. Second, can they do that? Third would be, what are the ramifications and the implications for Bryan's city water if that would happen? I think we're all pretty, well, I shouldn't say that. It's been fairly well documented over the last multiple months mostly because I probably used to work in Toledo. It just seems like everyone should know, so I'm sorry about that assumption. But there's been a lot of issues with water, the city of Toledo, and suburbia issues. It was known as the TAWA agreement, which is pretty much now dead. And so now they're seeking other alternatives. That's fine. I'm not against it. I just don't know enough about it. So if some of our folks, be it the water department, be it the water and waste department, be it our legal department, I would just like to have some information about prior to, because I'm a little more on the proactive versus the reactive side, if this agreement would culminate into a written agreement, how does that work? And what's our role in it? And what's the implications for us? Does that make sense? I tried to do that as succinctly as possible. Was I too redundant? Does that make sense? And it's probably a lot of it's just that I don't know how things work, but it has caught my eye since I know that things have fallen through with TAWA. They're now looking for other alternatives, and maybe our aquifer is another alternative. Maybe it's not. So sometime the next council meeting or two, if someone could give an update on that and just say, John, take it easy, which I am. Do I look like I'm shook up? It's just a matter of information for me, if that makes sense. And that's it.
John, in your mind, is this a threat to our aquifer or a potential threat to our aquifer?
Well, I'd like to know that. I'd like to know if, I mean, Maumee and Sylvania are not small corporations, and they are also growing, especially Sylvania. There's very little distinction anymore between Evergreen School, the Evergreen School District, and Sylvania. Things are growing west pretty heavy. So my response is if they tap into the aquifer, does that make any difference? What's the implications? Then I'll be more concerned about, is this going to be a potential threat? And if it is, then I'd like to know the legal ramifications for addressing that. I'm not as much into money as I am our environment, actually, so I don't care what you're going to pay for it. I'm a little more interested in what's the impact going to be? Is there going to be any impact for us? So, yeah, I'd go with, I'm a little concerned about the potential impact. And it just happened, as far as I know, I was not aware. I had heard that there were some things going on. Now I'm seeing it in writing in a newspaper that has a large publication, and that has now caught my attention, and I'd like to know a little more.
Thanks.
You're good.
Don't believe so tonight.
All right.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Mayor?
I just wanted to let council know that the BPA meeting for tomorrow has been rescheduled to June 26th at 5 p.m. There is a National AMP convention this year that some of our municipal employees and a board member are attending, so they're out, so they rescheduled that meeting. Also, I would like to sincerely wish Patrolman Corcus well in his new endeavor. There are many great things about him, and I hope he finds much success.
Okay. All right, we will take a short recess and go into executive session for the purpose of discipline of a public employee. Thank you for coming.